Football, bloody hell. You just can't write scripts like this. On a tense evening, the 9th of June 2025, Portugal etched their name into the history books once more. They became the first nation to win the UEFA Nations League twice. It wasn't straightforward, not by a long shot. They had to dig deeper than ever before against their fiercest rivals, Spain. The final whistle after extra time found the score locked at 2-2, a testament to the sheer will of both sides. It was a match that had absolutely everything a neutral could wish for, but for the Portuguese and Spanish fans, it was an emotional roller coaster of the highest order. The destiny of the trophy came down to the dreaded penalty shootout. It's a cruel way to decide any final, but it's pure, unadulterated drama. Portugal held their nerve magnificently. Every single one of their takers found the back of the net with ice-cool precision. They were clinical when it mattered most, converting all 5 of their spot kicks to win the shootout 5-3. The stadium erupted as the final penalty nestled in the corner. You could see what it meant to the players, the staff, and every single fan draped in red and green. This was more than just a win. It was a statement of resilience and a historic achievement. This victory wasn't just about lifting another piece of silverware. It was about cementing a legacy. For a golden generation of Portuguese talent, it was confirmation of their quality on the international stage. They had faced a superb Spanish team that pushed them to their absolute limits, asking questions of their character and their resolve at every turn. To emerge victorious after such a grueling contest, having stared defeat in the face not once but twice, speaks volumes about the spirit coursing through this squad. It was a night where heroes were made and a nation celebrated in unison. The scenes of jubilation that followed were unforgettable. Cristiano Ronaldo, at 40 years of age, lifting the trophy high above his head, a picture of pure ecstasy. His teammates mobbed him, a collective release of pressure and an outpouring of joy. This was a team that had fought tooth and nail for each other, and their reward was glittering in the floodlights. They had stared into the abyss of a penalty shootout, a lottery of fate, and had not blinked. Portugal were the champions of the Nations League again, and they had earned it the hard way, creating a memory that will be cherished for generations. The match itself was a breathtaking spectacle from the first whistle to the last. Spain, with their trademark possession-based football, looked to control the tempo early on. They moved the ball with a slickness and confidence that had you mesmerized. It felt like only a matter of time before they made their dominance count, and they did just that. Just after the half-hour mark, the deadlock was broken. The young sensation Lamine Yamal, a player with the world at his feet, produced a moment of magic. He weaved past a defender and curled a stunning shot into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper with absolutely no chance. Portugal, however, were not about to lie down and accept their fate. They responded not with panic, but with a determined grit. Just before the halftime whistle, they found their equalizer. It was a goal born from persistence. Following a period of sustained pressure, a clever through ball found its way to Diogo Jota. The Liverpool forward, ever the opportunist, made no mistake. He took a touch to set himself and then fired a low, hard shot past the despairing dive of the Spanish keeper. The stadium erupted. It was 1-1, and the game was perfectly poised for a dramatic second half. The second half continued in the same vein as the first, a captivating end-to-end affair. Both teams had chances to take the lead, with goalkeepers at both ends being called into action to make crucial saves. Spain eventually regained their advantage in the 78th minute. A well-worked move down the left flank resulted in a pinpoint cross into the box. It was met by the head of Alvaro Morata, who guided his header expertly into the net. It was a crushing blow for Portugal, coming so late in the game. It looked for all the world like that might be the winner. But this Portuguese side simply does not know when it is beaten. Pushed to the brink, they threw everything forward in the dying minutes of normal time. The Spanish defense, which had been so resolute, suddenly looked vulnerable under the immense pressure. Crosses were peppered into the box and shots were blocked in desperate fashion. The clock was ticking down and it seemed their hopes were fading. Yet in football it only takes one moment, one chance to change everything. And that one moment was still to come in a finale that would set the stage for extra time. Portugal's journey to glory in this final was defined by their extraordinary resilience. Twice they found themselves trailing on the scoreboard, and twice they clawed their way back from the brink. The first comeback, just before halftime, was crucial. Going into the break level gave them a massive psychological boost and reset the contest. It showed Spain that they were in for a real fight, that this Portuguese team possessed not just flair, but also a steely determination. That equalizer from Diogo Jota shifted the momentum and set the tone for the rest of the match, proving they would not be easily dispatched. The second comeback was even more dramatic and far more heroic. When Morata scored for Spain with only 12 minutes of normal time remaining, many would have forgiven the Portuguese players for letting their heads drop. The trophy seemed to be slipping from their grasp, but instead of crumbling, they rallied. They showed the heart of a champion, refusing to surrender. This incredible fighting spirit culminated in a moment of sheer desperation and brilliance in the 89th minute. With time all but gone, they found a way to draw level once again, sending their fans into a state of delirium. The hero of that moment was Vitinha. The midfielder found himself in the right place at the right time following a goal-mouth scramble. The ball broke kindly to him just inside the penalty area, and without a moment's hesitation, he lashed it into the back of the net. The explosion of noise was deafening. It was a goal that snatched victory away from Spain at the death and sent the enthralling final into a grueling period of extra time. This act of defiance, this refusal to accept defeat, is what separates good teams from great ones. Portugal proved they belonged in the latter category. This pattern of coming from behind demonstrated the unwavering belief instilled in the squad. It wasn't just about tactical adjustments. It was about pure, unadulterated willpower. They trusted in their abilities, and they trusted in each other, even when the odds were stacked against them. This shared belief created an unbreakable bond on the pitch. To come back twice in a major final against a rival of Spain's caliber is no small feat. It's the stuff of legends. It showcased a mental fortitude that would ultimately carry them through the exhaustion of extra time and the pressure of the penalty shootout. While the victory was a monumental team effort, the performances of two players in particular stood out. Nuno Mendes, the dynamic left-back, was simply sensational throughout the match. He was a constant threat down the flank, his searing pace and attacking intent causing endless problems for the Spanish defense. He wasn't just an outlet in attack, he was a creator. It was his beautiful, defense-splitting pass that set up Diogo Jota for Portugal's crucial first equalizer. He played with a maturity and energy that belied his years, a true force of nature who owned his side of the pitch from start to finish. And then there was Cristiano Ronaldo. At 40 years old, an age when most players have long since hung up their boots, he continues to defy logic and lead by example. He didn't get on the score sheet during open play, but his influence was immense. He was a constant focal point, drawing defenders and creating space for his teammates. But his most significant contribution came when the pressure was at its absolute peak. Ronaldo stepped up to take the first penalty in the shootout. With the weight of a nation on his shoulders, he calmly and confidently dispatched his spot kick, setting the tone for Portugal's perfect shootout performance. For Ronaldo, this victory was another jewel in his already glittering crown. It marked his third major international trophy with Portugal, following Euro 2016 and the inaugural Nations League in 2019. This win further cements his legacy as not just a phenomenal goalscorer, but as a true leader who inspires his nation to greatness. Lifting that trophy was a moment of pure, unbridled joy for him, a reward for his incredible longevity and unwavering dedication to his country. It was a powerful message that even in the twilight of his career, his winning mentality remains as sharp as ever. This final will be remembered for years to come. It was a classic encounter filled with high drama, brilliant goals, and incredible heart from both teams. The twice from behind comeback, the last-minute equalizer, and the nail-biting penalty shootout provided a spectacle that encapsulates everything we love about football. For Portugal, this victory is a source of immense national pride, a testament to their fighting spirit. And for the fans, it was an unforgettable night, where they witnessed their heroes led by the timeless Cristiano Ronaldo, conquer Europe once more against all the odds.